Way back when I covered the first Man Up episode, I had hoped that there was never going to be another one. Unfortunately, my wish did not come true, and instead we got this episode only a few weeks later. This episode is titled Man Up 2, Still Manning, insinuating that it is, in fact, a direct sequel to the first episode that aired back when the series premiered. Has this episode improved upon the problems present in the first rendition, or has it only gotten worse since then? Well, here goes nothing. Blossom, Bubbles, and Buttercup are all seen relaxing on the beach. It appears that Buttercup is in search of a rare Duca-Cola bottle cap, as it is the last one she needs to complete her collection. Not like Blossom or Bubbles care though, they decide to go take a dip in the lake instead.
Cannonball! Belly flop! Belly flop?
Their fun doesn't last too long, as the water is quickly drained from the pond with little explanation. Even the mayor shows up to express his discontent for what has happened. You know, I was honestly reminded of the bare facts when I saw this happen. Blossom and Bubbles get to the bottom of things by finding a pipe that leads away from the lake.
But what sort of criminal mastermind could have done such a thing? Who?
Yeah, they use the same joke that was already in the original, but I didn't mind seeing it again, honestly. Blossom tells her that it was Manboy's doing by re-explaining who he is, which I'm assuming is for the people who haven't necessarily seen the first episode, and then the two of them head out to find him while Buttercup continues to search for that bottle cap. It turns out that Manboy is expecting them though, since he plans on using the water he harvested on his lawn of all things. We also learn that he has hired his own personal army this time, so no more sentient meat unfortunately. Instead we have
Hogs on hogs!
Ha! Get it? Because they're pigs on motorcycles? Nah, but there's also loggerjacks and some British guys helping out too.
Why did I hire them?
We are an economic power.
See, now that's funny. Back to the girls, Blossom's using a map to search for where Manboy is. I'm not sure why, considering they could just follow the pipe, but whatever. Bubbles does this thing where her face shrinks and it really creeps me out, but then she goes on pretending to be a pirate.
Call me Captain Bubbles, Scourge of the Seven Seas.
It was cute, and I mean no offense to Kristen when I say this, but I don't really think she got the deeper voice thing right. I'm sure she'll get better with more practice though, but it just wasn't working here. Blossom ignores the nonsense Bubbles is spouting, which brings me to my next point. I said way back in my Painbow review that Buttercup is my favorite Powerpuff Girl in both the original and the reboot. While that still holds true for the classic show, my opinion has long since changed and now she's my least favorite. Blossom has now earned that title, but only when she's not losing her mind over school supplies and stuff like that. Buttercup is so distracted with her bottle cap hunting that she trails off from her sisters on their hunt for Manboy. Blossom and Bubbles get awfully close to his location, but Manboy's army manages to corner them before they can get there. Buttercup finds what she's been looking for, so it's not all bad, I guess. She goes to show her sisters but can't find them, so she starts to feel sorry for herself. The bottle cap talks her into tracking them down and saving them from Manboy's grasp. Blossom and Bubbles are seen trapped in a wooden carving littered with bear traps as Manboy approaches them. He spouts his stereotypical male things about muscles and brawn and whatnot,
Man, I'm pretty.
but Blossom isn't impressed, and neither am I.
So, what is this all about? You just wanted to show us your new toy?
He takes his lawnmower and transforms it into this giant vehicle of destruction, which he plans to use to destroy the two of them.
I hope Buttercup shows up soon.
Ask and you shall receive, Blossom. She appears on his lawn and Manboy sicks his army on her. They don't really stand much of a challenge though, and I mean heck, she straight up kills the British guys. It comes down to just Buttercup and Manboy, and after a very short confrontation, he manages to distract her with some mist so he can deliver the punishing blow that knocks her right off the mower. She manages to grab her bottle cap and throw it at the mower to block the exhaust just in time, thus causing it to explode and ruin his lawn. Now that her sisters are saved, they thank her and everyone's happy, right? Nope. Blossom actually mouths off Buttercup about wandering off just a bit too much for my liking. At least they changed it up from the typical group hug thing that they've been doing for a while now, but I gotta be honest, I think Blossom's too strict on Buttercup for this one. I mean, she did apologize, so she is genuinely sorry for trailing off. The girls return to the mayor and tell him that they brought the water back, and his tail drops for one last nudity joke to conclude this episode. I won't lie, this is actually better than the first Man Up. It had some comedic moments as I mentioned earlier in the video, and overall there were only a cluster of minor problems present in the episode. In fact, most of my criticisms have already been explained in the plot summary, so I'm not going to spend nearly as much time on this section of the video as I normally would. All I really have to add is that I'm still unimpressed with Manboy's character. There's no depth to him because he only acts as a stereotype and nothing more, which is why I don't care about him at all. He's honestly just a placeholder villain that serves as a catalyst for a problem the girls are going to encounter. I was honestly surprised by this episode. I went in expecting it to be just as terrible, if not worse, than the first episode, but I was gladly mistaken. It was pretty okay for what it's worth.
Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate. You're har, fiddle-dee-dee. Being a pirate is a wretched deed. Do what you want, 'cause a pirate is free. You are a pirate.